I said I wanted to make some new kinds of content, and I guess this is the first experiment. This is a really quick new style of review while we do the main videos. It's basically what I like and what I didn't like about a certain car. What do we call this series? Likes and dislikes. Okay, to kick off the series, we have something we've never touched before. Land Rover, Range Rover Velar. I liked that its performance was actually quite competent. Sometimes you get into a premium car that isn't really selling as well as some of its rivals, and the moment you start testing it, you realize that's why, because it lacked some performance aspects. You know, things were done very wrongly. But I think all in all, everything you expect in a modern SUV today, this Range Rover Velar delivers. So it has a very efficient 2-litre turbocharged engine. Land Rovers used to be super inefficient, you know, big V8s and all that. Now you have this option, 2-litre Ingenium engine, actually not too bad. Even though it is fuel efficient, it's still very powerful. 0 to 100 in less than 7 seconds in a 1.8 ton SUV. This is what I was expecting. What I disliked was that it doesn't have the finesse of any of its premium competitors. So Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Volvo, all of their SUVs in this category and this price range, they're nicer to drive. Because this car is a Range Rover, it has to be a proper off-roader. It does have some weird suspension characteristics. This is not my favorite car in the category to drive, but like I said, I liked that it was competent. Design-wise, I liked that it does feel like a spectacle. The door handles are extendable and they retract. There's a step ladder that comes out, which, you know, also retracts into the car. The gear knob also extends and retracts. The infotainment also extends and retracts. They have this new infotainment screen with another panel down here for your other controls like aircon and all that. It's very clean. You know, a lot of car companies will use black as a backdrop and then use white text. This is the opposite. It uses white as a backdrop with black text. It's an intangible thing lah, you know. Some people like it, some people don't see any value in it. But I personally, I think what they did to create a sense of spectacle in terms of design and feel is there. What I disliked is that they had to go to extreme lengths to create this kind of spectacle. Because, I mean, if not for all this extending and retracting gimmicks, a lot of the experience isn't quite as good as like a Mercedes or a Volvo. A modern Mercedes and Volvo doesn't have all these gimmicks, but they are slightly better built. Like at some of these buttons and stuff, when I open up the thing and I stop it halfway, I can see the mechanism inside. So that's not great. I mean, you go to such lengths to create spectacle, but mechanically you're doing it in a more unrefined way, and you know, things will break. If you have a retractable gear knob and it breaks, your car is stuck, you can't move it. If your door handles break or don't function in certain weather, which the Velar does have that problem in snow, then you know, what's the point of going to such lengths to create spectacle when it's not practical enough to be used for a car? Lastly, what I liked about value is that it actually has its own niche. Some premium cars that don't sell, they don't sell because they don't offer anything of value, even if that value is subjective and not everybody agrees with it. This car does offer that because it does have an image of superiority and it has that off-roading capabilities built in. Design-wise, it is a spectacle, but also it's rugged enough to handle any off-road terrain, which some premium cars can't do. What I disliked is that 555,000 ringgit for this car, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You know, there are cars which are 400,000 ringgit which can do more than this car. XC90, bigger than this car, better to drive than this car, more economical, more high-tech, can seat 7 people. This car can't seat 7 people. So there's so many other options out there which just make this Range Rover Velar feel like a waste of money. So yeah, that's my super quick review. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, thank you, bye-bye.